How many people do you know who seem to have been working, solid, maybe playing hard too, and then, whew, heart attack, and everybody's going, where did that come from? And I'm saying, look at your life. Look what you've been doing to yourself for the last 5 years. It isn't rocket science. It's not difficult to work out, but people don't connect that sudden dramatic illness with what they've been doing to themselves for the last few years. And we need to do this. You all want to be fit and healthy and well for your retirement, don't you? Well, you won't if you keep pushing yourself too hard. What are they doing? I mean, you can see that R is a bit shy and a bit embarrassed. And that's often an outcome. People who are shy and embarrassed find they get even more shy and embarrassed when they're under pressure. E is just plain nervous about everything in sight. And I think the only way I can put it politely is T, I think, has digestive problems. Anyway, stress gremlins, that's them. I think the best strategy that I could offer you today is the good enough fairy. Have you heard of the good enough fairy? Okay. Well, the good enough fairy sits on your shoulder here and taps you gently just to remind you that you've done what you've done is good enough. So here we have some fairies. You can choose your own, whichever one you like. What I suggest you do is get to know her. Get to know her. Shake hands with her. Get to know her. But even more importantly, listen to her. Because there's that little voice that says, that's good enough. Let it go. And, you know, it's really useful to have a good enough fairy. That reminds me of a story, actually. A married couple were celebrating their 40th wedding anniversary. And they're sitting in this lovely restaurant, secluded table, and having a really enjoyable one-to-one with each other, saying, yeah, we've done well, haven't we? And we're going to have a big party with the family, but this is really great. When, poof, on their table arrives one of the fairies. Probably that nice little one there. And the fairy says, well, congratulations, you two. Haven't you done well? This is fantastic. And because of that, I'd like to give you a present. I'd like to give you a wish, both of you. And you can have one wish. What would it be? So she turns to the wife. And she said, oh, I'd love to go on a round-the-world cruise with my darling husband. That's what I would like. So the fairy went, no problem. And the tickets arrived on the table. Job done. She turns to the husband and she says, and what would you like? And he says, that's really lovely, darling. That's lovely, yes. I'm really sorry about this, but you know, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'm really sorry about this, but what I'd like is a wife. Or I'd like a wife 30 years younger. 30 years younger. And the fairy went, really? Are you sure? He said, sorry, love. Yes. Okay, she said. And he was 92. Now, the moral of this story is never forget that fairies are female.